What nobody tells you about your first multi-day backpacking trip.
But should.
Well, when we first started out, how did we get here?
We live here. How we first come to go overnight backpacking.
Yeah, how was that?
We went to Sierra, an outfitter store, and I caught her looking at the overnight bags, and I just said, "Are we taking this to the next level?"
He actually said that. And I said, why not? What's holding us back, right?
Right.
So we went. He went and got him a bag, and we headed out to the woods.
Yep. I looked at a few bags, and I found one I thought looked cool.
And I bought it for you for your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I did. So we decided on a short trip over in the Shawnee Forest. Except we did have to hike a little ways in because the parking lot to Garden of the Gods was closed.
So I added an extra 3.5 miles.
Yeah, and we were about 140, 160 pounds heavier between the two of us.
I know I had at least 100 of it.
And his birthday's mid-August, so it was pretty hot. We had to mentally get ready for the shift.
And physically. I guess that's what I was supposed to say. And physically.
Yeah, we had to mentally and physically get ready.
I don't mentally prepare for much, obviously. I just go.
And then we had all the logistics. I mean, there was all the worry about getting out into the woods, and we knew we weren't going to have service.
But we did, though. We ended up having like some 5G out there where we go, usually out there.
And there were other concerns. We didn't know how much food to take.
And water. Wasn't sure about how the water was going to be.
Yeah, it was mid-August. We didn't know if we were going to find water at all.
So camp chores, like setting up your tent, finding your spot you're going to put your tent, setting it up. Everybody set up a tent before, but it becomes a little more important when you know you're going to be out there, not near your car. I don't think we started a fire that night. Did we start a fire?
No, it was August. It was
August.
Excruciatingly hot.
So, I mean, setting up a tent's not all that difficult if you've never set one up before. I don't know if I set that up before I went out there. I can't recall.
I can't either. And then we didn't understand how the footwear that we were wearing was going to affect us. How the weather was going to change our minds about anything, or
I'm pretty sure I didn't have
comfort.
any smart wool gear on at all. Pretty sure I didn't have smart wools. I may have had socks.
No, and I had a pair of, I think, Timberland boots on that were not very comfortable. Wasn't prepared for that.
Mine were.
Yours
Mine were
nice.
mine were fine. They were good enough. And I made one decision at Sierra that almost ruined the whole trip.
Stick around to find out what that is.
Yeah. Expectations versus reality. Here we go. Dive on in.
I don't know what I actually expected. I expected it maybe to be kind of like car camping, but when I car camp, I bring a car full of stuff. How the tables have turned.
It still fits in one bag.
We didn't understand like how hot it would be and how long it would take us to find a campsite. We thought we knew where one was, and we knew that we had passed water on a hike before when we had went out to this same place, but that had been months earlier. And so
Water was everywhere when we was out there the first time.
Yeah, because it was raining.
It was spring, it was raining, water was everywhere.
And then by the time that we actually decided to start backpacking, it was mid-August.
Yeah, it took us
His birthday. It was his birthday.
took us a couple of months to like get online, order what you thought you needed: tent, sleeping bag, sleeping pad. Get all it to the house, and in the meanwhile, watching the outdoor gear review with Lyle, Eric Hansen's, Dan Becker's,
All
Miranda.
the big YouTubers.
Seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're doing, and think, oh yeah. Even watch videos on how to pack your bag and how to process water.
But we'd never done any of it.
So
Mid-August, we hike out. The Garden of the Gods is closed. The parking lot's closed, and you had to hike from a trailhead that was like 3.5 miles away from the actual Garden of the Gods area.
So physically, you ordered all this stuff and it came to the house physically, and we've been hiking and walking around, doing walking around town, getting ready, exercising a little bit. So you got all your new gear. You think you've been exercising enough, and so physically you think you're ready. Physically, you think you got all the right stuff. I guess this leads in physically. You think you've been doing the right thing to prepare. Kind of leads into the real struggle mentally. The real struggle.
Yes. The real struggle was it was really, really hot out. There was very, very little traffic out there. We passed one other hiker, a couple. We passed them when we were on our way in. That's it. That was the only other people out there. And normally that place is crawling with people in August.
So we pull up to the Golden Circle parking lot. Get out of the car. I think I'm doing all right, and I get my poles out and I'm stretch them out and put my bag on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to go and get everything all strapped up. Don't think there's anything wrong.
So we walk and we walk and we walk, and I'm starting to get worried because we're getting low on water. We brought a couple liters apiece.
And we hadn't seen hardly a chicken scratch of water.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even a mud hole from the horses, because it's a horse trail too. Not even a mud hole from them. Everything was dry.
But the best we can remember that there's one place, if it was dry, the whole trip would have been a bust, because there wouldn't be any water after that.
And we were getting real thirsty.
And if there wasn't no water there,
we were going to be really screwed. But luckily, whenever I thought all hope was lost, when I thought we had done past the area that should have been wet,
an oasis appears out of the wilderness.
and Brandy loses her mind.
Oh, and loses her poles. Because she just says, water, and launches her poles God knows where. And it's on video. On our first video, she thinks I stole her poles, but that's another story. Actually, you can go back and watch that video. It's pretty good, I think.
I don't know if I included all that.
It's in there. I'm pretty sure it's in there.
But I thought I lost my poles. We get the water. Thank God we found water.
What I got? 2 1-liter smart water bottles and a 750 ml smart water bottle. And being over-prepared pays, because I had a 6-liter Cedar Summit water bladder. And we filled all that shit up.
And then we walked straight up for us after a 5-mile hike in. And we walked straight up to an area that we'd accidentally come upon on one of our very first hikes. We took a wrong turn and found a little camping spot. So we decided that we were going to go up there. And we did.
Let me go back to the water. That bag got so heavy.
It was a lot of water.
Bag got so heavy. It's all I could do to chug my fat ass up that hill was all that water. You don't think it sounds like a lot of water, but after you walked, what was it, like 6 miles that day?
And we were 160 pounds heavier between the two of us.
6 miles don't sound like a lot to some people that have been backpacking a lot. And it don't now, but on your first overnight, fully loaded, pretty much out of shape. That what, 6, 7, 8, 8.5 liters of water? It was pretty heavy.
It got real heavy. And then we really didn't anticipate it taking so long once we got to camp to actually set up camp. I mean, we weren't sure on where to put our tents, or, you know, whether the ground was going to be okay where we were at, or all of the things. We didn't know.
And it was hot.
And it was excruciatingly hot. But it was fun.
Yeah, when we got there, it got better. It got better. When you stopped walking, it got better.
We started getting a little worried before we finally got there.
Got camp all set up, and as hot as it was going up there, the bluff we were on was actually got shade as the sun dropped out of the sky, and it cooled. It's, you know, it was dry. It was still warm, but it was dry.
A little breezy up there too.
Nice and breezy. That's why I like going up there, because there's always a good breeze. But it got better up there and cooled down enough where we can make some of our backpacking meals.
And we probably hadn't ate enough during the day, because we didn't actually like stop and have lunch anywhere, or like we didn't know to like keep all of our snacks like super handy for an extra energy boost on the way there. So by the time we got there, we were pretty hungry. But it was really nice when we got there to camp and we finally got settled in.
Yeah, for people that don't like taking camp chairs are great.
Camp chairs are great.
When you're that tired and you got somewhere nice to sit on, and it's not a rock or a sit pad. I actually never sat on a sit pad. It could be nice too, but I think camp chairs are where it's at.
We take a chair just about everywhere we go, except for if we're doing like more than 8 miles a day.
I got 3 camp chairs personally.
I only have 2 and a sit pad.
I got my first chair that's in the first video, the one we're talking about, I sat on, and it felt so good.
It did. I didn't realize how tired we were and how
heavy.
We were exhausted at the end.
I felt like I weighed 1,000,000 pounds because my legs were hard to pick up, especially after you stop and take a rest. My legs felt real heavy, and all I wanted, my arms felt heavy. But getting to camp and throwing that pack off, you feel like you can jump 100 feet in the air.
Oh, and the sky at night. My goodness, all those stars. It is so peaceful out there whenever it's a starry night and the skies are clear and the stars are so bright. I just love stargazing. I love that.
I like, as long as we're talking about what we like, I like waking up in the morning and it's really quiet, and you go click, click, click on your little burner, and you heat up your water for your instant coffee, and you're looking over the bluff. Maybe you see fog, maybe you don't. I don't know. It could be raining. Could be sitting underneath your tarp when it's raining. But just that first cup of coffee when you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh yeah, this is why I came out here. Because she's not talking.
So peaceful.
That's really nice. We'll talk about some more bad stuff.
When we woke up the next morning and you go to try to get out of your tent, gosh, your legs hurt. It's so hard to stand up.
I had a hard time going number 2 because my legs hurt so bad and I couldn't squat. So that was not fun. I thought I was going to fall backwards into it, and that would have been horrible. I probably wouldn't go back out if I did that.
No,
I quickly developed the pole dancer technique because my knee was messed up back in.
And my hips hurt so bad from that pack sitting on them all day.
This is where I talk about my bag.
This is where you talk about your bag.
Oh my God. So I really thought
He was gonna run his trip entirely.
I struck gold when I got my first backpack. What I didn't know torso links. I didn't know those terms.
I mean, we'd heard it.
But I bought a bag that was for a juvenile boy. Or maybe it could have been, no, it was a Scout. It was the Kelty 60, maybe 55 liter Scout. And I didn't know Scout meant children's, I guess. It means kids. And I'm 6'1", and it was meant for somebody with a torso probably like,
Not his size.
not my size, probably in the teens. I'm 21 easy. So that thing was cutting into me everywhere. It made it hard to move my legs. It was just, I just loathed the idea of having to put that thing on again. It filled up with all that stuff. I think I was 41 pound pack weight.
Before the water.
Before the water. And I just loathed putting that thing on. But you can't leave all that stuff out there. And she wasn't going to carry it back for me.
I definitely wasn't carrying it.
And it was just every step I took, it was just agony with that thing.
It almost ruined the whole trip.
Yeah, where's that bag now? It made it on Marketplace.
It's not here.
It went to Marketplace and it went. As soon as I got to where I could, I was on Amazon and I got a 75 liter adjustable torso Teton. And that's a pretty good one. I actually had to warranty that one out. I got the warranted one out in the barn in storage. And it's actually really nice. People say you can't get a good deal. You can. Teton. It was only like $100. Really good bag. It's my backup bag. It's my loaner bag.
Yes, that's one thing about backpacking is you don't realize how expensive it's going to be. We've definitely put some money into it.
Oh, it snowballed.
But when we first went out, we went out for probably less than $500.
Oh yeah, less than.
So between the step that we had, we probably had less than 500 in it altogether.
Not now.
Not now. But
I'm embarrassed to say.
what they say, buy once, cry once, it's kind of the truth. Although you can get out there with cheap gear. If you want to stay doing it long term, then you really need to invest in some lighter weight gear. He doesn't do that.
I heard you. They heard you. You can't make fun of me.
I'm not making fun.
I'm embarrassed. If I add it all up, I'm kind of embarrassed of myself. Because I got stuff sitting over there that I haven't even used yet. Hope to. Going to.
We're definitely going to give it a go. But if you're new to backpacking, it's a great, great, great experience. It is so awesome. We love it. It's like a reset, a total reset from dealing with, people all week and work and houses and chores, and it's a complete reset. We love getting out there.
You would think as bad as that first trip, and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It was
the beginning was
pretty
good. Getting there was kind of tough, but getting there, setting up, it was real pleasurable. That's the reason why you go out there, to see all that, and to, like she was getting into, with the disconnecting from society and reconnecting with the world, with the earth. Kind of just decompresses you. You get to release those positive ion buildups you get in your body, and just reconnect with the earth. And so coming in the next day, it was probably like one of the hottest days. I think it was the hottest day of the year.
It was the hottest day. It was the hottest
And
day
that
of the
hike
year.
was still the same. It was still the same. We had to walk all the way through that park and out of that park and all the way over to where we had to park to come in, which was an extra 3.5 miles. And I really thought about dropping my bag at the highway, because we had to walk down the road a little bit. I thought about dropping it and just, oh man, I was so hot. I was so freaking hot. I actually think there towards the end I stopped sweating.
I'm sure of it.
But you would think that after that you wouldn't do it again. But I mean, I think we went back out. I mean, as soon as I got home, I was buying a bag, getting different stuff, and we were getting
setting
ready,
plans for another trip.
getting ready to go back out. You would think nobody in their right mind would do that to themselves again. But the nice part was that was the middle of August. I think we had our next one closer to, or in September, you know, and it cools off and it's not as hot. It's still dry.
And we've been every month since.
Yep.
Somewhere.
We burn up the map, getting to places.
Trying to find every place within a 2 to 6 hour drive that we can go. So, if you're on the fence, just do it. You're gonna love it. It may seem like a scary experience, and you may not really know what you're getting into, but once you get out there, you'll get the confidence of being able to find water and find a campsite, and you get better about looking at the logistics and being able to find the waterways on a map that should be there, and you get a lot better at hiking, backpacking. You get better at it with each trip.
You won't going out the first time, you won't know everything. And going out the 20th time, you won't know everything. So don't be intimidated to the point where, you know, you're like, oh, those guys are real hikers. They probably are in the same shape you are. They don't know everything either. You know what I mean? We definitely don't know everything. But
just sharing our experiences.
Like I said, you can't watch enough videos. Just go out, be careful. You don't see us taking on something that we can't do. You know, we know, like, we're not going to go rock climbing because we're not rock climbers. We haven't trained rock climb. We're just like, we're not going to jump out of an airplane because we don't know anything about jumping out of airplanes. But just know your limits is all I can say. Know your limits.
Know your limits. And if you have an iPhone, all iPhones have satellite communication now. So at least if you're brand new to it and you haven't had the ability to invest in like a Garmin Mini or something of that nature, a Zolo, then at least know how to use the satellite information, the satellite messaging.
Do not download beta software on your iPhone. Don't do it. It'll drag you down. Render your phone useless, basically. Done that.
But just get out there. Don't forget, if you've seen any value in what we've talked to you about today.
Probably not.
But don't forget to
like
and subscribe.
Is that where it is? Or is it right here?
No, it's like right here, I think.
That's right there.
No, right here.
Swish. I'm gonna take it. Can I get it?
I don't know.
It won't move.
Till next time. Happy trails.
Happy trails.